Hello and happy afternoon. It's Tuesday. Let's get this video pinned. How's everybody doing today? Weekday drawings. Oh, there's some people. No, there's always a little bit of a delay, but that's okay because it lets me do some of this stuff that I need to do to make sure people can easily find the video. Okay, there we go, all done. Hi, everybody. So it's Tuesday afternoon. We are here for our Frozen theme drawing. And we are doing Anna today. I did a drawing, sup my dudes. I did a drawing of Elsa yesterday for a private event. So I'm going to show you that too. So if you want to, run with it and do both, or you want to do one or over the other, you can do that too. I'm doing good today. It's Tuesday. It's, for us, it's really the start of the school week. We don't do much on Wednesdays. And I just realized that next week is the last week of school, so I could not be happier. So I'm doing okay. Ordered your Silt wine, awesome. For any adults that are here, we are teamed up on Saturday with Silt Winery, and they're doing a really great discount for wine orders, so make sure you get your wine orders in. If you're a kid, don't order wine. Tell your parents to, okay? So yes, we are doing Frozen theme today. We're doing Anna. I will also show you the Elsa drawing so you can, change it up if you like. They're very similar, really. You just would be changing the hair a little bit and changing the outfit, and that's about all you have to do to make them look different. But I'll show you both. So I'm going to teach you Anna. I'm going to show you Elsa and tell you how you would change it. And I will show you Elsa before we put it in pen. So that way I'll kind of show you at the beginning and then I'll show you before we do the pen again. So that way if you're making Elsa, you can kind of see it. We are going to do Dog Week. I have decided, let me grab my calendar. I'm back. Did you miss me? We are going to do Dog Week that first week of June. So June 1st will actually be the start of Dog Week. We'll do a different dog theme every day, a different kind of dog. Yeah, she doesn't have to drink. We have lots that don't drink that do the sip and draw. Just another way for adults to get together and draw. So yes, Dog Week will be not next week, but the week after. Okay? And yeah, so today is our Frozen theme, and then tomorrow is Loot Llama. So tomorrow is our Fortnite theme. So let me show you what we're drawing today. Let me turn on my really bright light. It's always very shocking when I first turn that on. So here is our Anna drawing. I did very simple, we've done these before, and we did them for stars. But for this, it kind of looks like a snowflake. You could even color these a little bit blue so they look a little bit more like a snowflake, but I just wanted it to look like snow kind of falling from the sky. You can also put her standing on something if you want. I just have her kind of floating in the center. Now, let me show you Elsa up next to it. There's Elsa. Elsa. Anna. Elsa, Anna. I did a nose on, oh gosh, we're getting crazy over here. Paper's flying all over the place. Okay, let me do it. There we go. Okay, so I put a nose. That's like the only difference I did in the face. She has a nose. She doesn't. She has eyebrows. She doesn't. But that doesn't really matter. I mean, you could do the faces exactly the same. The difference that you would do with the hair is instead, if you are doing Elsa, instead of having 2 braids, you're going to just do 1 braid. So 1 braid off to the side. And then Anna has more of a bang, where Elsa's hair goes kind of the back. So instead of bang lines coming forward, you're going to do lines going back for her hair. But the braid will be the same. You'll just kind of take this one off. And then the dress is really kind of the same as well. You're just doing a different color. You're not doing the vest, and you're going to do a big cape, a big kind of cape. So we're just doing 1. We are drawing Anna, but I'm showing you Elsa. So if you want to make the change and make it Elsa, you can. The other difference with Elsa is you're going to just see part of her arm, but you're only going to see one because the other one will be hidden behind her braid. So we're doing Anna, but here is Elsa, so you know. And, you know, maybe on another week we'll do Elsa. But for now, if you want to do Elsa, you can modify your Anna to make it Elsa. I'm not going to show you this picture, though, a ton because it's just going to slow down and interrupt the drawing. I will show it to you one more time before we get to the pen outline. So just know we're doing Anna today. We will do an Elsa tutorial in another future week, but we won't have time to do both. It'll just make the video really, really long. So I'm going to put these aside. So if you're going to try to do Elsa and you just find you're getting frustrated and you don't remember what something looked like, then you know what I would do? I would just stick with Anna and then come back when we have Elsa week. All right, let me get that kind of lined up. So to begin, I'm going to just start with kind of a circle, kind of an oval in the middle of my page for the face. Now, I'm not super worried about whether or not it meets at the top. Mine did, but if yours don't meet up here, don't worry about it because all of this is going to get covered by hair and we're going to erase a big portion of this top line anyway. So just put a general circle shape on your face, knowing that at the top we're going to do a lot of erasing. Now, once I have the face, I'm going to go ahead and put the body in. So I'm going to come pretty wide because I'm putting the cape and the vest, and then I'll make her body even a little more narrow. So I'm just going to do a line that curves out and down, and another line that curves out and down. Oh, you got a hamster. That's awesome. We still have to do a hamster. That's on my list. And then I'm going to connect this at the bottom with a curved line coming down. That's okay. Silly autocorrect. Happens to all of us. I'm going to give her ears, just little tiny half circles on each side of her head. Now I want to add the face after I put the hair down, just so I make sure that I don't cover my eyes with hair. So starting here off to the side, not right dead in the middle, a little bit over to the side, I'm going to do a curved line that comes down to the ear. That's my first hairline. And then starting up a little higher up here, I'm going to do a curved line that comes down to a point and back up. Another one that builds off of this, starts about halfway up, comes down and up. And then this line will curve down to the ear. Oh, and someone lost their tooth. Awesome. Lots of fun, good news today. So if I was doing Elsa, I would have just done a curved line here. I wouldn't have done the bangs coming down. So I would have just done a curved line in the face. Now let's do the eyes. I'm going to do 2 ovals. And inside the eyes, I'm going to do 2 circles of light. So I'm going to color the eyes all black and then just have the circles of light inside. And then some little lashes off to the side. Ooh, a pool would be nice. Hopefully it'll be done in time for summer. I'll do a tiny little curve for a nose. And then a bigger curve below that for the mouth. And so now we have the face, we have the bangs, and next I'm going to start putting the rest of the hair and then the braids. So where this corner is, this point right here where the neck meets the body, put your pencil and then come out a little bit. And from this point, you're going to follow the shape of the head just a little bit outside of the line, all the way around until you get to the other side. I'm going to change that a little bit, cut it in a little. So see, you just have this circular shape that goes all the way around the face. It looks a little bit funny right now, but once we put the rest in and we do some erasing, it will become the hair. From this point, you're going to come out and then in. Out and in. Do the same over here. Bring this in a little bit. Come out and in. Oh, a flamingo would be fun. We will have to do a pool floaty actually because I really like pool floaties. Now, from this point on the inside of the body, I want you to do a small curve down to this line. And then here, a small curve down to the other side. And now let's do a little bit of erasing. So we're going to erase the line at the top of the head, the one that's inside, the one you did over. So see, now that's all one piece. Now we have our hair. And then we're going to erase this line in the middle of her braid. And on this side, this line in the middle of her braid. I don't have a pool. I wish I had a pool. And then you can do a little small oval at the end of this little connection. And then a little tiny triangle for the end of the braid. You know, you put your little hair tie, and then this is the point. I wish I had a pool. I love to swim. I just go to the rec center here in West Sac, but I don't know that they'll be open this summer, so I'll have to go buy a little kiddie pool or something to float in. Now we'll add the braid details in a minute, but let's start working on her dress. So she kind of has a vest on, so a little bit off to the side, kind of lined up, let's say about where the mouth is. I'm going to do a curve line coming in and down, and then I'll do the same thing on the other side. And they don't touch, so there's a little space in between them. Yep, I'm in West Sacramento. And now this line is going to curve up and down, up and down. You can do 2 little circles for the button detail. And now inside, a little bit inside from where her braid is, I want you to put a line going all the way down to the bottom of her dress. This is actually the inside line of her dress, and then this will become her kind of cape that she has on the outside. So on each side, you're just doing a line down to the bottom. Oh, it's definitely hot in Vegas. So now see, this is her dress and this is her cape. For Anna, her cape is a little bit shorter than her dress. It's not even, so it's not all the same length. So I'm going to put a little line right here on the inside, little line there, and then a little line here. And then I'll erase this little corner. And so now she has her dress, and she has her cape, and then the little vest of her cape. Her dress has a V design on it, So right here where the vest meets the dress, just do a curved line to about the middle of her dress. And then going up the other way, I'm going to turn my paper some, makes it easier. Meet those, see, just like that. So I have this V here. And this is going to be a yellow ribbon, so I need to add the top portion of it. So I'm just going to do another line that comes a little bit above and then goes up to the other side. And that's that yellow detail in her dress. And now her arms are kind of hidden both by the cape and a little bit by the braid, but I do want to just show like the end of her mitten. So coming off of her braid, I'm going to do a little curve line coming in and then another little curve line coming off of that. See how that now looks like a little mitten? And then I'll erase this little dress line that's inside of the mitten. So we're just layering that mitten right on top. See how I did that? So now you have this little mitten here in the corner, and then it looks like her arm is back behind the cape and the braid. And you'll do the same on the other side. So coming out from where the hair is, you'll curve in, and then another little curve for the thumb and up to and then I'll erase that. Now she has her two little mittens. Now, if I had done Elsa, I would have again had this hair curve all the way into the neck. I wouldn't have done this braid. She has a side sweeping braid. And then I would have done her dress shape with one arm because her other arm would have been covered by her braid. And then I would have done a flowing cape that really came out. But like I said, if you do Anna today, we'll do an Elsa day. And then that way we'll have an Elsa, an Anna, and we already have, oh gosh, why can't I think of his name? What's the snowman's name, guys? Wow, jumped right out of my head. For the snowflakes, I'm just going to do those little cross lines. So I do a plus sign. Olaf. Oh my gosh, thank you. That was going to drive me crazy. Thanks. I could not think of it. And I'm going to do them a couple of sizes. So I'm going to do some big ones and some little ones. See, I knew you guys would help me out. You guys knew what I was talking about. I hate when that happens, when you're trying to think of something and just in that minute your brain goes completely dead. Do Sven. Sven is he's not a horse. He's a reindeer, right? We can do Sven. Yeah, we'll add him. I think he's actually on my list. Yeah, a reindeer. We'll add him in. And then we'll have a whole Frozen collection. Okay, so there's all my little snowflakes, and I'll show you this Elsa really quick again before we start doing our outline. So you can see again the differences. We have 2 braids. For her, we just have 1 braid, but it's covering the arm. So you would see just a little bit of her arm, and I just did a small little curve for the hand. And then she just has a bigger cape. So her cape is more of a sheer and a different blue. Anna's is a little smaller. Elsa's really kind of 2 shades of blue, and Anna has a lot of different colors going on in her dress. There's burgundy and black and yellow and blue. So you can kind of see the differences. In the hair, I would curve the bangs up. I wouldn't do these little points. You can do the face exactly the same. That's kind of, those are your differences. It has the V for the dress still. It just doesn't have a band. It's just a single V. Yes, Winnie the Pooh is also on our list. And now we are ready to outline. So colors, I am using a red for her hair. Well, orange actually for her hair. I have a darker one though I wanted to use. I am using a burgundy in her dress, in the vest. I'm doing yellow for her buttons and for the little V of her dress. And then I'm doing a deeper blue for the bottom of her dress and her mittens. So I have those 4 colors. I'm doing black. There's a lot of black in her dress. Look at my tiny little black, my stubby little black pencil. And then lastly, for her skin, I'm doing a really light pink for her cheeks, and I'm doing kind of a peachy color for her face and her ears. So one thing I'll tell you when we get to coloring is pay attention to where your ears are, because one of the most common things to do, especially since the hair, there's so much hair, is to color over the ears with the hair color. So if it helps you to color the ears in first, you can do that, but just make sure you color your ears the skin tone. I've done that so many times where I'll do a drawing and then I'll accidentally color the ears in the color of the hair. And I think most of the lines that I don't want anymore, I've erased. So I don't have to worry too much about making sure I go on the lines I want to keep. I kind of erased as I went along. Put this face line in. And her eyes are black, and since they're on the bigger side, I'm going to go ahead and color them in with the pencil. I'm already using the pencil anyway in the dress, so I'll just use it for the eyes too. That way I don't have to worry about my pen drying. And I'll do some detail work in her braids once I get all these other lines in. So I'll show you how to make it so it looks like it's braided. Get my mittens in first, just so I make sure they're up on the top. And then I'll put my dress in. And then the rest of the cape. And then those snowflakes. Now the snowflakes, I'm just going to do them in the black pen, but you could also go over the top of them in blue. And I like making them different sizes. Some are big and some are little. But you know, if you make them a little more yellow, then they kind of look like stars in the sky. Usually when I'm doing them as stars in the sky, I make them a little more consistent in size. But since today I'm doing them as snowflakes, an easy way to draw a simple snowflake, I kind of varied the size of them. Now, so this looks like a braid. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start here in the corner, and I'm just going to do a curved line that comes down to the side of the hair. And then on the other side, it doesn't matter where you start, you're going to do another curve so they crisscross. And then you'll take this one down and then come from here and crisscross and then down and then pick up from this line and across. And then it just gives it that look like it's braided hair. And you do the same on the other side. A line curving down. You kind of start your first two, and then each of the next ones you put on just starts where you left the one before. There, and then one last little one. There we go. Now it has that look of braid. You could also do a couple little detail lines in the hair. Just some simple lines to make it look more like hair. And now we are ready to erase our pencil. And then we'll start coloring her in. And I bet some of you made her Elsa. I also bet some of you drew both. So I know today when I go scroll through the pictures, I'll see some that have both of them on the page. So I'm look forward to seeing your pictures. Don't forget to post them. You can post them right into the group or into the album or share them on Instagram, whatever's easier for you. And you can be in the picture or out of the picture, whatever you're comfortable with. I like seeing your smiling faces, but I know sometimes you don't want to be on the camera, or sometimes your parents don't want you on the camera since it's a public group, all kinds of different reasons. So it doesn't matter. You do whatever you're comfortable with. Maybe today you haven't showered and you're still in your pajamas. Oh, nice. You made her outfit more detailed. Okay. I am going to go ahead and start in her hair. Make sure this is the orange I want to use. And I'm just going to do this all one color, even the little tie in the hair. You could color the hair tie a different color if you want. I just did it more of that same color of her hair. And again, just kind of going around the edges, and then I can color in the middle part faster. And you can also do, you know, the braid lines a little darker if you want, add a little detail. Going around the edge of her face. And same with these. You can do these if you did the little hairlines inside. You can make those a little darker. Or if you're coloring in pen, you know, your pen can't go darker. But if you have a different color orange, you could go on the top. Or you just leave it all one shade. You can hardly see those little lines anyway when I put them in, especially on the camera. The camera only picks up so much. A basketball drawing. We could do that. That would be fun. I don't think we've done any type of sports drawings yet, have we? I can't think of any off the top of my head, but we all know I'm forgetful. I couldn't even remember Olaf's name. And again, make sure when you're coloring in the hair, watch out for the ears, leave the little ears. If you accidentally color them in, it is not the end of the world. You can just keep going. Most will not even notice that you did it. The pens that I outline with, these, is that what you're talking about? You're welcome. I read all the messages. I don't necessarily always reply because sometimes you might give a suggestion we already have, but I always read your messages, guys. I try to reply when I can, but if I'm right in the middle of telling you how to draw something, sometimes it's a little bit tricky to do that without interrupting. Oh yeah, we did Roadrunner. That's right. So we've been a little bit sporty. Mooey was sporty. Okay, these pens, you can get them at Target or you can get them on Amazon, and I think they typically come in like a set of 3, and it's probably about $6. I think for one it's about $3. There's also a link on my page. In fact, I just updated it today. It's a post called Supplies I Love, and there's a link right to them. but they're about $3 each. And for the basketball drawing, you know, I'll probably keep it more generic. But if you want to make it more specific to a certain team or a certain player or something like that, you can. That way, you know, if I try to do it too specific and then someone doesn't like that team or whatever, then they don't want to draw it. But I'll teach you the basics and then you can kind of make it how you want. You can personalize it to whatever you want it to be. So I'll have to think about that. I'll have to think about how we'll do our basketball drawing. All right, there's her hair. Thankfully, I didn't accidentally color in her ears today. I know you guys have seen that I have some tattoos. And I actually have a tattoo, a very old one of my very first ones, and the ears actually accidentally got colored in. So even people getting paid sometimes mess up. Okay, there we go. That's good for the hair. Now I'm going to move into the dress. I'm going to do this vest portion first. Bye. Thanks for hanging out and for drawing with me today. We'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is our Fortnite loot llama, but you know, it's a llama. So if you're not into Fortnite, you can make yours just a llama. And sometimes I think too, you know, you might not be into, maybe Frozen isn't your favorite movie. But if you're here drawing, you know what you're doing? You're practicing. And you're drawing things that maybe you wouldn't have thought about drawing before. All drawing is a practice. So even if it's not something you're super interested in, if you like creating art, sometimes it's fun to just do it anyway. For the practice. I sold a sculpture of a woman who had 6 fingers on one hand. I love it. Bye. Have fun coloring. I know a lot of you guys do the coloring by yourself or doing the coloring later. Yeah, I think the loot llama is super cute, actually. Well, I'll tell you what, Lisa. I have seen the first one, but I've never seen it in full from start to finish. I've seen bits and pieces. I've walked in on it many times. My son wasn't super into it, so he would kind of start it and then he'd stop it. And I've never seen the second one. So I haven't either. But they're still fun to draw. I really loved Olaf. I just love recreating. Cartoon images too. It's one of my favorite ways to draw. I like being creative and coming up with my own ideas, but I also just like recreating stuff. Never heard of Fortnite. Fortnite is a game. So my son plays it on Xbox. Some play it on their phone, or they play it on Nintendo or so I'm doing this V of the dress yellow, and I did the little buttons yellow. I'm going to save my black for the very end, just because there's a decent amount of it, and again, I don't want it to smudge. with my hand. So I'm going to come in here, do my mittens in blue. And the loot llama, it's a llama, but it almost looks like a piñata. That's how I would describe it. Looks like a purple, it's lots of purples. And I don't know, it just kind of looks like a piñata. And who knows, maybe even in Fortnite it is a piñata because it's a loot llama, so it's full of loot. I don't know. And my son plays it constantly, but I don't even know exactly. Looks like a piñata. We've already drawn Olaf, so if you are new to the group, we have done an Olaf drawing, and you can still find it on the group. So if you go to, there's an area on the group called Topics. And if you look under Daily Drawings, you will find it. Or there's also a search feature on the group, and you can search the word Olaf. The only thing with that is you are going to, if you search it by the word, you're going to bring up a lot of drawings. But then you can see all the drawings people did too. But the videos will be under Daily Drawings. Yes, we do have Poppy from Trolls on our list. That's another movie I really need to see. I saw the first one and I really loved it. So I need to see the most recent Trolls. And I like Poppy. She's really cute. So she'll be a fun character to draw. Just adding a little more color into this. I went pretty light, but blending out some of the white. And let's see how I'm doing next. I'm going to put pink in her cheeks. So I'm going to do 2 little circles of pink. I'm not outlining this because to me, I don't know if it's outlined, it looks too much like a clown. So I'm just putting the pink in and then I'll color the other color. We will do Kristoff. I put that, Kristoff and Sven are on my list. So then I'm going to do this light peach and color in the face. I'm going to go around the eyes, but it's not a super big deal if I accidentally get a little peach in my eyes because I'm going to color those in black and the black will go right over the top of the peach. And I'm going to go right over the top of the little pink circles. And then once I get this color in, all I'm left with is black. The top of her dress is black, and the cape is black. I have seen the Frozen at California Adventure. I saw someone say that. Yes, a fruit theme. That would be fun, kind of like we did. I like doing fun fruits, fun food. I like doing fun food. So yes, we can do fruits. That would be really cute. We'll do a whole lineup. Like they're all getting ready to go into a fruit salad. That could be a cute drawing. Maybe they're all in line and there's a bowl with a diving board and it looks like the fruits are waiting in line to hop into the bowl of fruit salad. How does that sound? Okay, now I just have the black. So I'm going to start at the top of my page, color down, so that way I'm not running my hand along the edges. I'm also going to go left to right. So when I color the dress, I'll do this and then I'll move over here because I'm right-handed. So if I color this one in first, it's going to rub it all over when I color this side. So Olaf, we already drew. You can find that video under daily drawings, under the topic. There's a section in the group called topics. And then Elsa, we will be drawing. I did an Elsa for a private drawing, and I showed a picture of that. But we will do we'll do an Elsa drawing too, like on its own. I was going to try to squeeze both in, but it takes a lot of time. I would have had to maybe not color them, have you guys color them on your own, but I like coloring them with you. You like the idea for the fruits. Maybe we'll do a food week. So we'll do like fruits one day, vegetables. I saw ice cream, popsicle and ice cream. Maybe we'll do some theme weeks in June. Actually, maybe in June, each week will be a theme week. That could be fun. I just have to figure out how to incorporate Mascot Monday because I do want to keep doing Mascot Monday. It works for the dogs, but wouldn't necessarily work for Fruit Week. I don't know of a school mascot that's a fruit. And lastly, I just have this inside the cape. Go around the hair. Down the edge. I'm pushing pretty hard on this. I'm going to turn my page so I can get that edge really good. Your high school mascot was an earwig. Oh, that's good. An earwig. Where was that? I've never heard of that as a mascot. That's pretty funny. Bye. Have a good one. Thanks for drawing with us today. We'll see you tomorrow. Toucan would be good. I saw that. I don't think that's on our list yet. No one has requested a toucan. Maybe we'll draw the Fruit Loops toucan. All right, almost done. Just have this little bottom portion. Go along the curve so I don't go out of the bounds. Stay in the lines. And that is it. And now, like I said, you could always come in to these little snowflakes and just go right over the top of them with a blue, and that will make them look a little bit more like snow. Or you can just leave them. On my Elsa drawing, I just had them in black, but do this and add a little splash of color. Some of you will go crazy and you'll color all kinds of background. There we go. There is our Anna. So I'm just going to put my name on my page and my age and where I live. And then you can snap a photo of your picture and post it on our group. You can put it into the album, or you can put it directly on the wall. Or if you are on Instagram, you can share it with me there. I don't have any birthday announcements today. There is no one on my list. So if it is your birthday and you aren't on my list, well then happy birthday. I hope you have a wonderful day. We will be back here tomorrow, Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific time to draw the Loot Llama from Fortnite. So thank you very much and happy Tuesday, and I will see you guys on Wednesday. Thanks for drawing with me.